old days, and they going both ways. Hot nights and cold days.
What's going on, good people? Welcome to Under Review. You know what I'm saying? Giving it to you real raw and authentic. All that good stuff.
Always.
Tonight we got Joe Nathan in the house. Yo.
How y'all doing, people?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I feel a little blah. I'm a little tired.
It's okay. I'll bring the energy.
I need a vacation.
You need a vacation?
Like yesteryear.
We can all use a vacation.
Like yesterday. But Bucks just won 3-2.
Shout out to the Bucks. Shout out to the Bucks. Favorites to repeat and go back to the finals.
Didn't you have Boston winning this series?
I do have Boston winning this series, but shout out to the Bucks. Okay. I'm one of those. Once I say it, I gotta stand 10 toes down on it.
Okay. So what you see, Boston, Miami?
Yeah, Miami's gonna win that series. I see Boston, Miami, which is a pretty good defensive matchup between two teams. Miami's just a well-rounded team that people don't talk about enough.
Because nobody saw them play.
Yeah, you would think at the number one seed in the East, they'd have had more games for people to watch. But surprisingly, no.
Yeah.
We was busy watching the whatchamacallits from L.A. and the Who's-Its from Brooklyn, but...
Don't disrespect them. What's that other, the West? Suns or Warriors?
Suns and the Mavericks.
No, I'm saying when the Suns and the Warriors.
Oh, when the Suns and the Warriors play.
Hey, that's hello. When the Suns and the Warriors play, who you got?
Between the Suns and the Warriors, I'm gonna go Warriors.
Sneaky.
Very, very.
Sneaky.
I also think they're lucky that there's no Ja, because I don't know, the Grizzlies and the Warriors.
I feel like the Warriors snuck their way in there, and that's not a bad thing. It's just everything aligned. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go, Suns. Anyway, yo, you saw that fight? Of course you saw the fight.
The Canelo one?
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
Canelo's still that guy, though.
Yeah.
You can't win them all.
In all them other weight classes.
I mean, he's already won a title in that weight class, no?
No, that was his entry into, I believe it was the super light heavyweights. Because he's dominated, like, middleweights and stuff like that, pound for pound. And
Right.
I think he's like a quadruple crown. He got 4 different belts, but this one was a little bit... The guy was in his natural weight, and he was able to move in his natural weight a lot better than Canelo.
He was way quicker, but Canelo has the power. But, yeah. By round 3, I was out. Woke up again. For real.
Woke up and saw more of the same.
I said, okay, all right, okay.
You seen the video of the guy crying in the audience, and they said, when you put your whole house on Canelo Alvarez to win, he was distraught. The kind of distraught where you lose everything.
He'll be all right. That's why you got to calm down with the betting, people. Calm down with the betting.
Yeah, I tried to cancel it, but they wouldn't let us cancel it. You want it? Yeah, they can leave it there.
That is so funny. No problem. The food is here. We ordered food. The food is here. I'm starving. Yeah, I gotta get my life together. I'm starving. I gotta get it together. Anyway, NFL. Wait. That's Batman. What's happening?
We're recording right now, right? Oh, okay.
Get it together.
My bad.
Get it. I'm supposed to be the sleepy one. Get it together.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm like, what? Batman, get it together. No. Get it together. All right. Yo, so much popping off in the NFL, right? As usual, always. My boy Tom Brady signed a crazy contract. I didn't see him in media, ever.
It makes sense. A big name to replace Troy Aikman and Joe Buck, and that way he's still in the sport without being in the sport, because clearly staying home was torture.
Yeah, but I've just never seen him in it, ever. Never seen him as a commentator, ever. Because I would always say, I don't know what my man gonna do when he done playing football, because he lives and breathes the sport.
I had at least thought he would have taken a small break first. Like, I would have thought he would have took a year or two, and then that third year,
that contract's for what, 2023?
I believe so. 2023, yes.
Yeah, so we'll see. That doesn't mean he'll start in 2023. He might play for 2 years. He has all the leverage. Shout out to Tom. living his best life.
His best life.
His best life for $375 million.
$375 million over 10 years.
Best life. Anyway, so lawsuits, man. The NFL can't seem to catch a break. Dan Ventrell or Ventrelli, I don't know how it's pronounced, depending on, we got to figure it out. I don't know if it's Ventrell or Ventrelli, whatever. But he is now the former
team president
of the Las Vegas Raiders, and he claims that he was fired because he brought concerns, right?
Right. Like, proper workplace conduct.
And proper workplace conduct against Mark Davis.
Yeah.
Yikes.
You can't beat that.
The Raiders already have a lot going on. I mean, we still, John Gruden is still a thing, right?
Right. They're still kind of reeling.
What's it?
But I guess that's just the tail end of the John Gruden thing, pretty much. So it's like...
This is something totally different. Because the John Gruden thing only came about because of the whole Washington...
The whole Washington, right.
The whole Washington thing. So now this guy's just like, yo, bro, if he sued, like, how many lawsuits do the NFL need? And let's talk about it. Whoever's going to be the next president, it will be the third president in 10 months. Oof. That's not a good look.
It's a terrible look.
And then Mark Davis rebuttals by saying he heard about it, he won't talk about it. But in layman's terms, just to be clear, he was our interim president, not our right, like, contractual. He's been an interim president forever. So what are we talking about? That doesn't matter. He was in the know. He was part of the organization. He was aware of things.
Well, that's part of the whole, cover your ass mentality.
That wasn't a good thing to say. He should have just kept it quiet.
Especially not very uplifting for the next candidate to be for the position.
But anyway, they don't need any more, man. They still dealing with Washington. They still dealing with, as quiet as it's kept, because they still dealing with arbitrate or trying to go into arbitration
with Flores.
Hello.
I need that Las Vegas Hard Knocks coming up next season.
For what?
I need all.
You actually watch that?
No.
I
will now. I will now.
So they're not gonna put any of that stuff on there. All those allegations, quiet. With
the drama teams, you wanna take some down from your fine? Let us record the whole thing.
Yo, when that came out, what I was thinking? I'm like, damn, Josh McDaniels can't catch a fucking break. He go from one scandal to another.
Some people just not meant to.
My man, yo. All right, let's just stay in the AFC West, right? Since we already kicked it off with
the Raiders talk.
The scandal on the Raiders. It's scandalous. Yo, I need all these games to be prime time.
Yeah, division's looking crazy.
Division's looking crazy. All right, so when Russell first signed, I'm like, no doubt, the best team in the AFC West. I don't want to hear it. Now that the draft is over, it's still some free agent moves that could be done or whatever, but they're not the best in the West to me on paper. Like, when I think about it.
Not really. I mean,
they don't look the shiniest. They don't look the
shiniest because they didn't do.
Their defense was good last year.
Their defense was good last year, but pretty much all of their free agency pickups were all defenders. They picked up like some edges, some corners, some linebackers and stuff. So it was like Russ and then defense. Exactly. So now I'm trying to bolster that a little bit. I think draft-wise, they pretty much only got a tight end and maybe some other supplemental defenders and stuff, which they did need a tight end.
The mindset was they were only a quarterback away. So now let's see.
Let's see
if that's what it is. It's just kind of crazy to me that the Broncos don't have a team owner.
Currently, right.
Currently don't have a team owner, so it's just, GM, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I just want to see, like, the shape, the culture of the Denver Broncos and how. Is Russ going to take over? Is he taking over? Is it like, yo, this is what I say, what I go, what the hell, his little corny catchphrase for Broncos up or whatever? I love Russ. It's so cute.
Russ is such a great role model and family man. Loving husband, great father figure.
Yes, I love him. So people need to stop hating on my guy, bro.
As a quarterback,
don't talk about him. Let's not do that. We not going to disrespect this man.
10
years?
I want to say, I have to look it up. I want to say it's 10 years, but I remember Russ is always like maybe 1 foot out of the top 5 MVP conversation, and you were gunning for him. You were gunning for him.
Yeah, because he's had MVP type of years. Let's not violate.
Yeah.
We have to be honest.
One of the underrated players in the NFL.
But it is what it is. Maybe competition at those times that he was here was a little, because a little high, but whatever. So Chiefs, right? Mm-hmm. I forgot the Broncos added Randy Gregory. I forgot about that.
It's a lot of defense. But
their defense was already solid, even though they finished in 7-10. All right, Chiefs. They did what they did. By Tyreek, it is what it was. But the moves, in my opinion, the moves that they made wasn't for right now, but
future,
for the long run.
They get like 5 draft picks for him? Yeah.
They did excelente. Andy Reid is that guy. So trust that he knows what he's doing. He drafts well, all those things. The identity is going to be well. I'm just curious to see how the Chiefs move.
Well,
they got a couple pieces.
They got 3 wide receivers out. I think they got 3 receivers. Juju, Valdez, and Corey Coleman. Okay. So 3 receivers in the free agency, and then they drafted another receiver, Sky Moore.
The young kid, right? He's supposed to be fast, whatever.
Sky Moore from Western Michigan. Mm-hmm. And so I think
you're just not going to have
that one dynamic person, but maybe that's what they needed, to not have the 2 only focal points of Hill and Kelsey and stuff like that. And maybe Mahomes is just now going to learn to spread that ball around and spread the love around. So I don't count the Chiefs out at all. I definitely think they're still in this division, even without Tyreek.
Yeah, who would count them out? Yeah. Last year was a chance to count them out when they looked. It was very curious.
But you still couldn't. It was just too much.
Towards the end, because the AFC started getting booty. The teams that were supposed to, the teams that started off hot, that were supposed to stay hot, they faltered, if we keeping it real. Yeah. And the Chiefs' schedule was kind of cake. So everything kind of worked out. Because the first half of the season, I'm not going to say their ass, but I just kept saying, like, bro, something just like, how like you can't quite put your finger on it? Like, I just can't quite put my finger on it. Then they started winning, started pissing me off. Oh my God. Just started pissing me off.
I can't stand them.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill, no Tyreek Hill. If we're being honest here, the Chiefs didn't win solely because of him. They also won in spite of him, to your point. And you need a receiver like when they won the Super Bowl, who was on their team? Sammy Watkins, right? Like he took a lot of the reps, took a lot of pressure off. So it'd be curious. I want to see how Juju does in that system. I think Juju might revitalize his career, if I'm being honest.
He definitely got a lot to prove. But like you said, we'll see. We'll see what they do. If there's any place for the opportunity, it's the Chiefs.
The Raiders right now, though, outside of the scandal that they have going on, they looking the shiniest. I'm just more excited for the Ravens only because Josh McDaniels has a lot of toys to play with, and he's played with less. A lot of toys to play with. Yes. So I was just curious to see how that Devontae
Adams pick. Oh, my goodness. That Devontae Adams
and the hype better be what I'm thinking, what I'm building up in my head. Derek Carr, I always went to play with Derek friends. We played a long time ago in college. Oh my gosh, I love him. Yeah, I want to see all of that.
Let's see
and
it.
Then you got Darren Waller, and then you got Josh Jacobs.
Right.
Ooh,
they got pieces. They have pieces. They definitely have pieces.
Oh my gosh. Deshaun Jackson. Yo, you know what's so funny? I keep thinking about Deshaun Jackson because he was really on the Rams.
He could have had a ring.
And he could have had a ring. And he was like, I'm not getting enough burn. I'm out.
Yo, better circle the block.
Just to go to the Raiders.
Just to go to the Raiders and get caught up in all these scandals. And no, man. Yes. That aged poorly.
So Raiders I'm most excited to see, and Chargers I'm most excited to see because Justin Herbert is that dude.
Herbert's that dude.
It's like
kept Mike Williams.
Just Justin and other Justin, the other AFC Justin on the East Coast.
Justin.
You know what I'm talking about? I kept saying they're like they were basically the same team, but not.
Herbert?
Justin Herbert and the kid that just went to the Super Bowl. What's his name?
Oh, Joe Burrow.
Yes, Joe Cool. I just can't wait to see because now that he has those pieces,
Oh, yeah.
The defense.
The
They
defense.
got
J.C. Jackson.
Don't
That's
talk
your
about it. I
boy.
wanna talk about
J.C.
it.
Jackson,
I
Khalil
want to talk
Mack.
about it. I'm curious to see how Khalil's going to do in a different system.
I think it will translate. Even still, just the leadership will translate easily. And I'm most impressed with the fact that they got more O-linemen for
you
Justin.
gotta protect.
You gotta get protected.
Protect quarterbacks.
That was really good.
You could be the nicest quarterback, bro. If you don't got no O-line, you done up. Look at Pat, right?
Right.
I know his mama don't like when people call him that, but look at Mahomes. During that Super Bowl, that O-line, he was getting touched left and right when they played. Like, it don't matter how nice you are. You need an O-line. So the fact that they boosted up that O-line was fire. That defense, because offensively, they were always in it, but defensively,
defensively, they were,
So we'll see what happens. The AFC is just too fucking stacked right now, bro.
On paper.
The competition... Oh, I don't know who going to the Super Bowl this year, but I am with it. Oh, and Asante Samuel. So you got J.C. Jackson on one side, you got Asante Samuel Jr. on the other side.
It's shaping out to be very scary.
That boy nice.
It's shaping out to be very scary. We got to see how everything comes together during the season.
AFC North, another division that I think is going to be, because last season, you know, the division was tough. Mm-hmm. And even when you counted out the Steelers and the Browns,
they
even
still were in it enough, right?
Yeah, like mediocre, and the Ravens, like, bro.
Well, the Ravens were playing
injured,
with what? Yeah,
with
half
nothing.
a team,
They were injured.
A quarter of a team?
Not even, like 2% of a team. They were playing with Lamar Jackson.
It was well, running back wise. Lamar was the running back and the quarterback.
He's the everything back.
Yeah.
Everything back. They need a wide receiver. Now that Hollywood Brown is gone, they need one expeditiously. But I think that's going to be their challenge moving forward, finding a receiver or receivers.
Well, they got options
to fit that system.
To fit the system.
But they need a veteran. They should go after a veteran presence, bro. They need Jarvis Landry. What's up?
Julio still
what's
out
up?
there.
Will Fuller is still out there.
Odell.
Odell is still out there. Odell's coming off of an ACL,
injury, though,
but I don't know.
There's somebody out there.
I don't know what the Ravens going to do. I don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah, that Hollywood trade came as such a shock to everybody, man.
Did it?
Yeah, what? You see Lamar Jackson
shocked.
tweet?
They said Lamar Jackson though, so I'm not, whatever. I was more shocked at, AJ Brown to the Eagles. I had to process.
If y'all didn't know, that's how she thinks. That's how she gets it going.
That shocked me more. I was just like, oh, Hollywood out? Okay. But let's see how he does, because he had a little bit of issue in them.
He definitely had the dropsies.
In Baltimore, to his credit, he said the scheme didn't fit him. It didn't fit him since day one.
His hands ain't fit him. That's what. It wasn't nothing about the scheme. You were open. The ball was in your hands. You just couldn't catch it. So
we'll see. I mean, they got who they got at the right time, because D-Hop done up for what, 6 weeks?
D-Hop is done up for quite a while.
6? It's not that.
No, it's 4, I believe.
Okay, so it's 4 weeks. That ain't nothing. That's nothing. Little 4 little weeks. That's nothing.
I don't know. That division, 4 weeks can mean a lot.
That division what? That division what? That division what? That division what?
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
This ain't the last 10 years. That division what? Okay.
Come on.
Who on the Seahawks? Geno and
No, it's Drew Lock.
And Geno. Nobody's a designated starter. And unless the Seahawks are bluffing.
Right.
And like holding their cards to their vest before they acquire oh my gosh, I gotta get it together before they acquire Baker Mayfield. It's one of those two. And Baker Mayfield better than both of those
Baker
guys.
Mayfield better than both of them. He makes it a little bit better, but I mean, still, you have the Super Bowl champs.
Oh.
You have the always there but not so scary 49ers.
With who? Trey Lance?
It don't matter. It don't matter.
No. With who? Trey Lance? We gotta see baby boy play.
Listen.
He's only played 5 games in college. They're like on a seesaw. Oh, he's ready. Mm-hmm. Okay, you have to get him out there.
Jimmy G still on the books.
Jimmy G don't want to stay there. Jimmy G out.
Yeah, we know.
Jimmy G, he out. Jimmy G is out. So what you gonna do? It'd be in their best interest to keep Jimmy G, right?
Yeah, but we know how hard it is to keep someone that don't want to be there.
Right,
these days.
but you have to. So it's on you. If it's a relationship thing, salvage the relationship to have him play, because he's already on record saying that the last season was the most uncomfortable thing in his life. He wouldn't wish that on any other quarterback, et cetera, et cetera. Right. You have to salvage that. Because if I'm the 49ers, maybe they're thinking like, oh shit, Trey Lance not ready. Let's just keep Jimmy on the thing. But it's just a lot of like information coming out. So who's dropping it, whether it comes from the camp or anonymous sources, whatever. But get Trey Lance out there.
Get Trey Lance out there. Get the man some reps.
But I can't put the 49ers in there until I see what baby boy is doing. I needs to see it. So you got the Rams.
You got the Rams. You got the 49ers, who just went to the playoffs last year.
With a Jimmy G.
We'll see. We'll give the benefit of the doubt in Trey Lance, but...
You see, I'm waiting for you to say the Cardinals. You see how you disrespectful?
Because the Cardinals is third. The Cardinals ain't make it. What you mean? Did they get better or did they get worse? They're not going to have D-Hop the first 4 games. They didn't get better.
Chandler Jones, I believe, is on the Raiders.
So they didn't get better. There's no need for me to put them above anybody else. Again, like you said, Trey Lance is the tilting point, but yeah, I'm going to go off of what I already know, and what I know is the Cardinals are the 3rd best team in that division.
Yeah, how we get to the NFC? We still on the we didn't even get to the Browns yet.
Anytime you get you talking about the Cardinals, you know how that go.
Oh my God. Anyway, we were in the AFC North. We stopped at the Ravens.
AFC North.
Okay, Browns. So your best team, your best team in the AFC North.
The team that went to the Super Bowl.
That's undefeated because they definitely stepped up that O-line.
What? Did you see what they did this offseason?
Yeah, baby.
They drafted almost nothing but straight O-line.
Because you got
2 guards, offensive tackle, and a tight end.
You got to protect Joe Shiesty.
You got to protect him. That man was, what was he, the most sacked quarterback? I think it was between him and Lamar Jackson, and him and Lamar Jackson also had like the most interceptions or something like that going back and forth because of the QB pressure. So definitely, that was a great move.
Sorry, Stanley Cup playoffs. Just got an alert about Sidney Crosby.
Oh, yeah, there was a game on at 7:30 tonight, too.
Yeah, the Penguins are playing, and he just got hit from Jacob, so he's out the game. Sorry, sidebar. Hockey playoffs are fire, by the way. But
yes.
So Steelers, Ravens, Browns.
A few series in hockey is fire. It's been some sweeps.
Hockey playoffs? Yeah, but hockey playoffs are fire, though. Like, they fire. Right. You ever watch, like, fire?
Yeah.
Fire.
I beg to say these NBA playoffs are fire because there's only been one sweep the entirety of this postseason.
Okay. You know why we No, the NBA playoffs are fire.
They are.
You know why we here. Outside of, Brooklyn's the only team that got swept.
Brooklyn's the only sweep. And you know what? Even still their sweep decided by small margins, each and every one of them. So, but yeah.
Yeah, because most of the series were tied 2-2, right? Just about everyone.
Just about. The Grizzlies was the only one that wasn't, and that's because, Ja. It was just so many people getting hurt in that series.
Got a bone bruise. I said, wow, maybe he did tug him a little harder than I think. Look at the innocent face, my little innocent smile.
Yeah. Because you know what this reminds me of? I forget which playoffs it was. The Celtics were playing the Cavs, and Kelly Olynyk, I'll never forget this. Kelly Olynyk and Kevin Love were both going for the ball. Kenny Olynyk wraps up, and he grabs Kevin Love's arm, wraps up, and then he yanks it down, dislocating Kevin Love's shoulder. And then he unwraps his arms and puts his arms up. Hey, I didn't do anything. Kevin Love immediately is on the floor holding his arm, nowhere near the basketball. I'm like, oh, they're about to rip him up. They always talk about, these dirty bush moves and all this dirty stuff and stuff like that. I remember turning on the TV the next morning, Stephen A. is like, that was a basketball move. There was nothing wrong with that move. And I was like, oh, nah. They done paid the industry. That's when I lost. That's when I lost hope in sports.
Everybody's perspectives are different, because then that goes to the whole I'm saying Celtics. Oh my gosh, is the Grizzlies.
What Dylan
Golden
Brooks
State
did?
Grizzlies Golden State series. There was a whole talk about that. Like, oh, is it the dirty series? Is this? It's very fucking entertaining.
Yeah,
I'm here. I'm here
part.
for the Grizzly and I am blanking. Help me. I'm tired. Who they playing again?
The Warriors.
Yes,
the Warriors.
thank you. Grizzlies and Warriors moving forward.
Yeah.
I'm here for that moving forward.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's definitely going to be chippy. I like this new rivalry. I'm here for that.
But is it a rivalry?
It should be moving forward because of all this. Yeah, give me that every game. Anyway, back to.
I'm sorry. You know I love basketball. That was nice for me. So we talking about the Bengals. Yeah, the Bengals got good on their O-line.
We already did that.
So the Browns.
Give me your top team in the AFC North.
Next.
In order.
Oh, in order?
Yeah, you already said the Bengals.
Bengals.
Because now you have the Browns with the Deshaun Watson. The Ravens have
after
who?
week 4.
You have maybe week 6, maybe week 8, maybe
week
we
6.
don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. I'm gonna take Bengals, Ravens, Browns, Steelers.
Yeah, you want to count this? So is this year safe to say if the Steelers are down bad this season? Is it safe to say we can count them out?
No, not at all, because they have a good system there. It's a good culture, but the
Who's
reason
the quarterback?
they just drafted that dude Pickett. I think Pickett starts over
gonna start?
Trubisky.
Huh.
I mean, you can start Trubisky either or. I don't think one's going to do you more good than the other, because even their receivers, they drafted 2 receivers, so they're pretty much starting. You got rid of Juju, you got Claypool.
Very good
with receivers and their scouting and
so it don't matter who the hell they draft.
But now it depends on the quarterback. Trubisky is by no means what I call him a good quarterback, and Pickett is
he good? Is he bad? Is it the Bears?
He's not good. So
is he good? Is he bad? Is it the Bears?
You know, I like to put my money where my mouth is. You want to do a over-under on his QB rating or something for this season?
If he starts, please, let's get an
We got time. We got time until the all season starts. Yeah, I'm with all the bets on here.
Yeah, he kind of average.
Whoa! Don't switch up.
You think he below average? I'm asking because let's see Mitchell Trubisky. We see.
So if the average benchmark is,
where was he? I feel like he was only on the Browns. Outside of the Browns,
Mitch.
Yeah,
the Bears. The Bears drafted him.
I keep saying the Browns. Yeah, the Bears. But yeah, the Bears don't have a fucking O-line. Poor Justin Fields.
Yeah. But you know what's crazy? It makes me appreciate Jay Cutler all the more.
Oh yeah, Jay Cutler
had no O-line, and he would put up some numbers some of those days with no O-line.
He was tough. Speaking of Justin Fields, he's one of the players I'm looking forward to seeing this season. I hope he does what he does. But with no O-line, let's see what happens. Remember he was talking preseason, he lit it up. But remember he made a statement. He was like, "Oh, the game is slower than I thought." And then when he played, he got his ass fucking lit.
Yeah, what he get he got sacked so many times. He was just funny. So quick to run and stuff, and I'm like,
you have to scramble. You gotta slow the game down. But I'm curious to see what the Bears are going to do with him, because 1 minute it sounds like they're all in. The next minute it sounds like, I don't know.
Well, yeah, when you've been on the hot seat for so long, you kind of need instant results. They don't have the time to develop, and that's the unfortunate thing. You might have some talent there, but I don't have the time to wait for it to pay out. So all the time, unless we're all on the same page.
If you're the Bears GM, you blow it up and start over, or Bears ownership, or you want to, what did they say? We're not rebuilding, we're revamping, whatever.
I wish they had a way with getting players that they have a way with words.
Yo, they need that line, yo. They need a lot of things.
They need a lot of things.
I'm curious to see Mac Jones. I want to see what he can do.
Yeah.
With a no Josh McDaniel. You have the tools, so it's not like you don't have tools. You played solid last year. I don't know who is calling the offensive. I'm assuming it's going to be Belichick, even though Joe Judge and Matt Patricia are going to be in offensive roles, whatever the hell that means. Because Lord knows, we've seen them as head coaches. That was not a good look.
They took the best offense is a good defense a little too literal, and it was like,
we seen what Matt Patricia did on the line. See what Georgia did on the Giants. I'm nervous. I want to see Tyreek Hill on the Dolphins.
I wish I could see Tyreek Hill on the Dolphins, but I don't know if you just seen a little clip of them in it was just doing some walkthroughs and a little bits of throwing
threw that little baby ball,
when
and
Tua
they said
threw
the
a little
Rocket.
baby underthrown ball. He got to catch up to Tyreek's speed. This man he ain't call him cheetah for nothing. So
Tua has to get.
So am I really gonna get to see Tyreek with a Tua?
That's why I said that's why I brought him up. I'm curious to see how he's gonna be on the Dolphins. I really want to see. I really want to see that. Because the Dolphins look good on paper, but the head coach is like, this is his first time coaching. Let's see. Let's see how you do. Dolphins look good on paper, but
they do. They do. It don't always translate.
Womp womp. And I really want to see Trevor Lawrence. Not really, but he's on my list. You
want to see Trevor Lawrence to fact check generational quarterbacks. I
hate that. How many generational quarterbacks have we had? Let's be real here. We have to stop saying that. We have to cut that out.
Or we have usually generational quarterbacks don't get picked number one overall.
Everybody's a generation. We have to stop. And that's not discrediting that man's talent. College is college. Last year with Urban Meyer, we know that was a shit show. But you got Doug Peterson. I mean, he cool. I'm not going to knock on him. He's a very good coach. So I'm not even going to hate on him.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? Now they got Christian Kirk. They got Zay Jones.
They got some pieces around him. So they got some stuff to help.
We are going to see.
It's better than what he has, and I think he should have the running back this year too.
Which one? They had like 10 last year. They had Etienne.
Yeah, Etienne. But they drafted him. He got hurt.
But my dude before that, James Robinson.
He was doing good.
Come on. Exactly. Then you bring, Jaguars got to get it together. They got to fucking get it together. Okay, free agents. Jarvis Landry is still on the drawing board. Allegedly, he turned down a large sum of money from the Browns. So, curious, because I thought with Deshaun Watson there, he'll probably go back, but
if he fits the scheme of some other teams, then Jarvis might get a call. But if like I say, who are we talking about that need a receiver that we were just talking about?
The Packers, they need a receiver.
Well, the Packers need a receiver.
But the
Bears could use a receiver. The Ravens could use a receiver.
But the Ravens are in talks with him, allegedly drawing interest. I think he would be a good fit for the Ravens, but they would need somebody else outside of Jarvis. But
they still got it'll be back to like a wide receiver tight end system because they still got their tight end who's really good over there, Mark Andrews.
Okay.
And you got the everything back.
Okay.
With the running backs back.
Okay. I'm just gonna.
Regina, I tried.
I'm just gonna say okay. All right, Odell Beckham.
Odell Beckham has the talent. I don't think anybody's going to question that. If you watched him before he got hurt in the Super Bowl, the man's there.
Come back to the Rams on a smaller deal. I don't know. Maybe the Patriots are always in the mix when it comes to a big name, but maybe he finally does go to.
The rumors with him and the Patriots. But
he said himself last year he almost signed before he decided to go to the Rams.
Yeah, he chose. I can't be mad at him for that.
Maybe finally go to the Packers. I could see the Vikings being because he doesn't have to do a lot. You know what I'm saying? He's the veteran. They got KJ Osborne. They have Adam Thielen. They have Justin Jefferson. Oh, the Vikings primed to win, bro.
Oh, yeah.
They primed.
Yes.
Defense, they're primed.
All they were missing, and if they hadn't paid Kirk that obnoxious amount of money.
Oh, Kirk Cousins still the QB? It's crazy over there.
Would you take Baker Mayfield over Kirk Cousins over there?
Hell no.
Same thing.
I'll say no. I'll stay with Kirk, please. Anyway, Julio Jones.
Julio.
I'm surprised he's still out there, but I'm not surprised because he's older. Like that veteran presence.
He's older and he hasn't been as impactful. So he shows you glimpses, but he hasn't been. Are those glimpses impactful? Is he as a player impactful?
You know what? I don't really. That stint on Tennessee last year. It's just like
it was barely a stint because it was like.
Was he hurt? I don't even remember.
He was in and out. So.
Damn, Titans ain't got nobody.
They got Derek.
Okay.
He could run over like 3 people.
Okay, who catching the ball?
They got Derek. They got Derek. He come out the backfield a few times.
Goodness. Yeah, so I don't know. Julio Jones,
Julio Jones, he can fit all those teams.
Reunion on the Colts?
No. I don't think he wants to play with Matt Ryan anymore. That's not if worst case scenario, if that option is open, yeah. Julio Jones also. You either take Julio Jones because you still think he has enough talent to kick up every once in a while.
Or if you need a receiver down bad.
You need a receiver down bad, exactly.
And
he's down there. He's been to the playoffs and such. He can also be good for a young receiving core, like, say, the Steelers. Now, if Julio's okay with not winning anything, he can go to a team like that.
How you going to say? You just put this. You just said don't count them out. Now you just said
I said don't count out. I said don't count the Steelers out. I said they got Mike Trubisky and a rookie.
Mitch Trubisky.
Oh, yeah, Mitch. My bad. How dare I give him the name Mike, someone who's actually good.
Nobody puts respect on Mason Rudolph's name.
He's still there?
Yeah.
No, see, no.
God rest Dwayne Haskins' soul.
I think they drafted another. I think they drafted 2. I think they drafted Pickett, and then they drafted another quarterback with their last pick.
Yeah, because with the passing of Dwayne Haskins, you needed another QB because it was going to be Mitch, Dwayne, and Mason fighting for that spot. And I'm pretty sure Dwayne would have gotten it starting before he passed. But here's what it is. Mm-hmm. All right, I know it's early for fantasy football. I know it's early, but with the power shift, why are you giving me that look right now? Because you're probably like, don't talk to me about no fantasy football. That's probably what you're thinking.
Fantasy football was not good to me this year.
Is that what you're thinking?
Fantasy football, fantasy basketball. I got like a video game fantasy thing. All of that's been.
You didn't do good in basketball this year?
Basketball, I got all the way to the finals.
Okay.
I got to the finals. I lost in the final. I was so mad.
All right.
I was so mad.
You got to the finals though, bro.
Yeah, but the finals money, because you know what? There's nothing more satisfying.
This was a pool. What the money was
It was a money pool. Oh, I was gonna use, and I was gonna show them. I was gonna buy tickets.
How much we talking?
We talking money, because that was gonna pay for a flight to Dubai, and I was gonna send them a picture of the ticket.
Oh, you talking big shit? Who beat you? Who beat you?
Oh my gosh, it was some dude from. I want to say it's a friend of a friend that's in the league, and I was killing him. I killed him
the entire season.
And it's 2 weeks for the last matchup. So the first week, I absolutely killed him. Then that second week, I had players go down, players that were resting. So I have like Jokic. I have Jaylen Brown. So Jokic, they're resting him for the playoffs. So after the third quarter, they're benching him most of the time. He's like 2 assists away from a triple-double. I had so many people go down, so many people getting rested. And I'm like, well, it is what it is. Shout out to him. He was the better team.
Don't you hate that?
It's part of the sport.
You just better team shit.
It's part of the sport.
I'll be so mad. I'll be like, fuck that. I had the better team.
No. Because guess what? If I win, I'm going to talk my shit.
Yes. And
but if I lose, I got to eat that shit.
I'm kind of, if I win, I'm going to flex a little bit. If I lose, it depends. If I have the better team than you and I lose because of whatever, I'm going to be pissed.
On the inside. You ain't going to tell them to their face when you give them the handshake.
Yes, I would.
No, you one of those players that don't shake hands, you just walk past the huddle?
No, I would shake hands. But I'll be like, yo, fuck that. You know, I was better than you anyway.
Bitch ass, you know?
Maybe. Not Steve with the delayed laugh. No, that's the, what do you call that? The studio laugh? The studio audience?
Yeah. When people come in, woo!
Yo, all right. I'm out. I'm out.
I was about to say, you started something and then you just...
I'm ready to go.
You know what? Skip fantasy. Fantasy wasn't good to me. I ain't giving y'all advice. Wow. We'll be here for the season.
You so rude.
No. Fine. You want to do fantasy?
First of all, it's too early to pick anybody, but it's good to get the pre-draft boards going, especially hierarchies have shifted now. I mean, running back Jonathan Taylor off rip.
Jonathan Taylor, yeah,
off
definitely.
Rip. QB hierarchies have changed.
But I'm pretty sure I still have I'm still taking right now I'm looking at Justin Herbert.
I would definitely do a Justin Herbert, a Joe Shiesty. And, you know, I'm all about PPR, people. Once I did a PPR league, I never went back.
Yeah.
Never went back.
It's just it's a completely different dynamic.
Wideouts.
Wideouts.
There's so many wideouts.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Who do I believe in? I want to say.
Who would you go get like your top 2? You know that boy be bussing.
Oh, Cooper.
Coop definitely number 1.
I'm thinking Coop, but ain't no Odell. And who's taking the? I'm taking Coop. I'll take Mike Evans.
Oh, Mike Evans. You reading my mind. I was gonna say him first. Mike Evans give how many? 7? 1,000 yards?
Yeah.
8?
The man's he's solid. There's some people you can pick.
I think he's underrated.
But now
nobody talks about him.
Are we talking solid, or are we talking who's going to give you the best performance?
We talking about PPR, baby, because you know, fantasy doesn't always equate to real life, and real life doesn't always equate to fantasy. It is That's what true. It is. When you play fantasy, somebody could be bussing, and then you're looking at your team like, what happened with the points? It is.
Yeah, because I would choose someone from the Vikings, but because there's 2 of them on the Vikings, and
I would go Justin Jefferson over Adam Thielen.
In a PPR or in a regular fantasy league?
But then Adam Thielen, I don't know. He hasn't
Thielen get a lot of receptions.
He does.
Get a lot of catches.
He does. In regular PPR, I would do Adam Thielen. But the injury, I'll be scared he get hurt.
Yeah. You could go Amari Cooper.
Amari who?
Amari Cooper.
Okay.
Okay, we're going to scratch Amari Cooper.
No, he on the Browns now, so I'm interested.
He with Deshaun.
Yeah,
so you got to swallow that first 4-week hit or whatever, how many weeks it is. Yeah, we don't know.
Question mark.
Somebody going to draft him. Deshaun Watson getting drafted in fantasy.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he getting drafted. Someone's going to sit on him.
He going to go off.
Amari Cooper.
Okay. But I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying okay.
So then what defense you looking forward to?
Come on, baby. You know what defense I'm looking at. The Bucs.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
You know what's crazy? 8 times out of 10, I always draft the Patriots defense because they were consistently solid. I don't know what the fuck they was on last year. Well, last year they weren't bad, but Pat's defense has consistently throughout the years, they've been solid. Bucs defense have been good.
I'm taking if I have to be the first person to pick a defense in the draft, I think I'm going to go with the Broncos. I think the addition of Russ keeping them off the field and they're going to be rested. It was good, but now they're going to be rested. They're going to be a lot better. So I definitely would take the Broncos defense. It's already hard to play over there, thin air, and they have a culture of defense, always have.
Not the thin air. Tight ends, I would do Darren Waller.
Either Darren Waller or Mark Andrews. I see no reason Mark Andrews or who knows? Maybe this wide receiver scheme hurts or it helps Kelsey. But yeah, I would. It's I want to say it's a 3-way tie. I'd either go Waller. I would go Mark Andrews. I see no reason for him to change over there, especially with no Hollywood now. And I would go Kittle. I think with Trey Lance, new quarterback, you're going to rely a lot
How
more
can
heavily.
How can I forget about George Kittle?
No, yeah, I didn't forget about him, especially
of course Travis
Debo.
Kelce. So much going on.
Yeah, so much is going around. I say Kittle is going to be a very nice security blanket for Trey Lance.
He consistently is though throughout his years. But I can't wait to draft, man. I can't wait. I think I'm going to do max 2 leagues this year. Last year I didn't do much. I started, but then I stopped. By week 3 because I was exhausted. Life was very busy. But this year, I'm not going to do more than 2.
2 leagues.
Previous years, I think the most I did was 6. I was insane.
6 is the most that I did.
Insane.
I think 3 money and then 3 were just for fun.
No, I said, is it crack? What's wrong with you, sis?
I got to start doing. I ain't going to do it every week. It depends on how I'm feeling. But when you go on DraftKings or FanDuel and you pick a team for that week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna start going with that.
Oh, okay.
Every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
I'll credit. It'll go into podcast dudes.
That's how it starts.
It'll go into podcast dudes.
That's how it starts.
Oh no.
That's how it starts. No, I can't because once I might get addicted. Once I start, every
them
week
parlays and them round robins. Oh
man, remember that time last year? Was it Aaron Rodgers? Cost me I think it was 6 G's. $2 turned into 6 G's. I was so pissed. My parlays was kicking.
When you hit, you hit.
I said, fuck, Aaron. I was so pissed. And that was probably his worst game of the goddamn season.
Yeah, you were livid.
Oh, my gosh. But anyway, guys, that's it, man. We out of here. We're going to catch you guys next week. You heard? Later. Make sure that you check out our Instagram Podcast Under Review, and MZ Danache. Later. I'm tired.
Let's get it, nigga. New women always, never wifey obeys, and they going both ways. Hot nights, cold days. I ain't fucking no strays. Me come.